Chelsea, you make me very happy. The Kounde deal basically all done. We're going to break it down. The financial package, how it's working, why Zouma's going, and yeah, let's get into it. Chelsea reported apparently this ain't the end of the business. So in this video, we're going to cover two major stories. Number one, the Jules Kounde to Chelsea deal, how it's progressing, how it came alive, all the background knowledge that you need to know. They're sticking it on Tottenham, innit? I love it. They're sticking it on Tottenham. And more importantly, Nazir Khalifi, I think his name is, has come out from goal.com, super reliable. This guy is at every press conference. This guy will basically, in my opinion, gets told by Chelsea what they want out. And he's saying Chelsea want 2 more positions fixed after Jules Kounde. I will tell you what those positions are, and I will give you my input on who I think the players that we could potentially sign, realistic, not realistic. But let's get into this video because there's a lot to break down. But before we get started, we need to do the administrative things. So hit that like button. 500 likes because you're happy. Chelsea are signing players. All of you been telling me, sign players, sign players, sign players. Well, we've got it now. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and in the comments below, let me know, would you rather keep Zouma or get Kounde? I personally would rather get Kounde, and I'll explain now. Around about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, Kounde's camp came out and said they're not joining Spurs, they're not interested, they're not big enough of a club, he wants to go somewhere bigger. Quote on the big club. Chelsea is a big club. Chelsea are interested, and I don't blame him. Evidently, he knew Chelsea were interested. So it looks like Kounde is coming to Chelsea. This is what happened. Chelsea have offered him better wages, and more importantly, Chelsea have offered him Champions League football, which he's interested in. He wants to go to a big club. And for me, I love that. I love to see a 22-year-old elite level talent wants to come to Chelsea. This is the important part now. The fee. Chelsea are getting an absolute steal. An absolute steal when you actually break it down. His release clause is somewhere between 70 and 80 million pounds. Chelsea are paying 25 million pounds plus Kurt Zouma. 25 million pounds. For those of you that get at my friend Marina, yeah? The lovely, lovely, lovely negotiator that Marina is. She never loses out on deals. She doesn't, no one takes her for a mug. She is in control, she is dominant, and more importantly, she puts Chelsea's financial imperative of sustainability ahead of everything. She makes sure when we go and break the bank, we're breaking the bank, but we're not getting ripped off. We are in control, and this is another thing. This player would cost 70 to 80 million pounds guaranteed. We're getting him for 25 plus Kurt Zouma that we were going to sell. And the realistic aspect of it is there was no buyers for Kurt Zouma at 40 million pounds. So think about what we have just achieved. Zouma will happily go and play Champions League football in Spain. He will happily do it because he knows Sevilla are a selling club. They will eventually sell him on. So Kounde comes in. All of a sudden, we've got a great young prospect that is ready to play now. I think Kounde is better than Kurt Zouma at this moment in time. And a lot of people have a problem with his height. Listen, how are you having a problem with heights? As if all of you are 6'5". Look, I have no issue with his height. And the reason I have no issue is because he's been a footballer his whole life. It's not like he just became short overnight. He is a talented individual. He wouldn't have developed his career and reached these heights if his height was an issue. He played for Sevilla, winning the Europa League, and got called up to the France squad. Do you know who got left out of that France squad for him? Upamecano. Everyone raves around him. Kurt Zouma. When? But what? He didn't play. They played. So let's not start, man. Let's not do this rubbish and this nonsense. But I want to say thank you to Kurt Zouma, because I loved Kurt Zouma at the club. Kurt Zouma won a league title. Kurt Zouma won our Champions League. He's won 3. He's got to 3 runner-ups. Yeah, he's been bad luck in the FA Cup. But he won a League Cup. I remember when he played DM. My favourite memory from Kurt Zouma is the goal he scored against Arsenal. He scored a header against Arsenal. We won that game 2-0. I think it was a Jose Mourinho year. I loved it, man. His celebration, passionate, great footballer in the sense that model professional. He's everything you want in a footballer. Happy, always smiling, great in a tackle, leadership capabilities, speaks, great footballer. The only problem is his on-ball ability under time and space is great, But when he has no time or space, the brother sucks, man. He's very bad. He gets eaten alive. Like, high press, he can't handle it. So we are going to move him on, but he's going to have a long and successful career, and we want to say thank you. Honestly, I love the player. I can't fault the player. I think he's going to have a great career, and this isn't the end of him at a big club. Like, Sevilla is a big club, but he can go to a bigger one. Like, I can one day potentially see him at a club that doesn't like to pay out the back. Club that is more robust, like a Jose Mourinho side. If Mourinho ever go, he could end up at Atletico Madrid, put it this way, and Inter Milan. So for me, Kurt, thank you very much. Honestly, I love you from the bottom of my heart. You're a top player. But now to the good stuff, to the interesting stuff, that the rumors are coming out that this isn't the end of the Chelsea's business. Chelsea are actively trying to sign not one, but two marquee players. And additionally, that is on top of Kounde. So one being a defensive midfielder, and the other being a centre forward. So for me, I think this is it. This is what's going to happen. We're going to talk about the centre forward. Haaland is definitely the option. Haaland is the #1 priority. Haaland is the option that Chelsea have to go for. And Haaland is going to be getting done. Like, for me, Chelsea will bid that fee. And when Chelsea bid, they already know that the deal is closed. They know Dortmund are going to accept. So for me, that's the #1 option. There is no backup. I don't think Chelsea go for a Romelu Lukaku. I don't think Chelsea go for a Lewandowski because of what the implications mean. Levan is old. So they're going to invest what? 80 million they'll take him out of Bayern for what? For a year? For 2? No resale value. Chelsea don't operate like that. Lukaku ain't for sale. Like, say what you want. Unless you bid 110, you're not getting Romelu Lukaku from Inter Milan. And more importantly, what's Rom's resale value? Chelsea don't operate like that. Because if you're going to bid 110, you might as well add the 40 M's on top and go get Haaland. And then there's a ridiculous resale value, and you get a killer, and you get a better player. So it makes no sense. The weather is moving mad. I'm not going to lie to you. But for me, I think Haaland's the #1 target. The CDM is a different category. The CDM, and this is where I think Declan Rice is the first choice. I think the board have got their mindset on Declan Rice. And Declan Rice is going to be chased. They're going to do whatever it takes to get him, but they're not going to pay a crazy. And I think what West Ham have asked for is ridiculous. Apparently they're asking for 70 million, Ruben or Ross Barkley and Tammy Abraham. Are you mad? Like, what is wrong with you? Who do you think you're selling? Leo Messi? Like, who do you think this is? Prime Makelele, bro. You think Basmati Rice, Jasmine Rice is worth 70 million, Ruben or Ross and Tammy? You're smoking. I don't know what you're doing. You do good dope. Literally, that's what I'm going to say. You do good dope. But the backup option is Tchouaméni. And this is what I think Chelsea are going to do. Chelsea are going to chase Declan Rice. And until there's going to be a deadline. And if Chelsea can't make the headway to get him, they're going to swoop in and just close the deal. I think negotiations have already started with Tchouaméni. I think the deal is already done. They know he's the backup. And I think Tchouaméni's camp is happy with that. Because it's Chelsea, it's a big club. They understand how football operates. You don't talk to one person at a time. This is what I think is happening. They're literally seeing multiple people at the time. And they just play a game. Like, you literally don't have one commitment. It's not like they talk to Declan and that's the only solution. No, they talk to multiple. I think there's a conversation with Camavinga happening. But I personally think the deal with Tchouaméni will be a lot easier to conclude than the deal with Declan Rice or Camavinga. Part of the reason Jules Kounde's agent is Tchouaméni's agent. So now you guys see it, now you understand it. This is my views, by the way. So don't start going, you're making stuff up. This is what I think is going to happen based on my knowledge, based on my insight, and based on what I've been told by others that are in the know-how. So this is the Kavkas View. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to let you know what I know in the future videos. Peace out, I'm out, bye.